and welcome to Flappity Flap Podcast with your hosts, Brandon and Sarah.
Good job. Hi.
Good job to the listeners.
Yes.
You pedantic prat. I'm just kidding. We were dealing with some mouth sounds, so...
It's morning,
God.
so we're kind of...
Why do we do this in the morning? This is not...
It's better in the morning.
It's not good for me.
It's better in the morning.
Okay.
Believe it.
What? Oh. We have quite a show for you, in store for you, guys. This morning, today.
Mm-hmm.
And that is...
And we forgot what it was.
Just pulling up my notes.
Mm-hmm.
So we were going to talk about rating Christmas foods. Comestibles. Yeah.
Christmas combustibles.
Combustibles. Like the Yule log, the Christmas tree. Which do you prefer to munch on? There
is a Yule log cake.
No, I just meant a Yule log.
No, I don't want to munch on a Yule log.
That's weird. Yeah, so we were going to maybe rate our favorite, because I know we definitely don't see eye to eye on some of the savory stuff.
She just got done eating a Granny Smith apple. They're so tart.
Like me. Well, I'm not a tart, but I'm... Never mind. If you get a good organic Granny Smith apple, they are so good because you get just the right amount of tartness. He's shivering. He's actually shivering. Just the right amount of sweetness. If you get crappy, GMO, probably non-organic, they're crap. They just taste like tart paper. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the case for most fruits, though.
But I kind of sweet, just straight sweet apples kind of sicken me. They don't sicken me. I'll eat them.
You sicken me.
But I love a Granny Smith. Actually, I don't know if I've had like a Pippin or a what's the other tart?
I don't know if I've ever had a Pippin.
I think we don't have them that much, maybe. But isn't there a third tart green apple?
I don't know. I don't eat tart apples.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know. So
they're meant for cooking.
I like to eat them for eating.
Okay. That's... They're just a little too tart. And I know...
Says you.
And I like sour candy.
Yeah.
But sour candy usually has the payoff of, sweetness at some point. Maybe overbearing sweetness because it's candy. But sour apples is like... I can't taste the sweetness really because it's so sour or so bitter. Not bitter. Tart.
Tart, yeah.
It's tart.
See, I do taste the sweetness, so I don't know what that's all about, but clearly just a difference in taste buds, or maybe it has something to do with olfactory function as well, because you do have quite a sensitive sniffer. Maybe it's just taste buds though, because I can definitely taste the sweetness, and that when that comes through, it's just like, a little bit of like, I don't know, like S&M, like a little bit of pain, a little bit of pleasure, like, oh, and you have that little like tingle and you little pucker, and then you get the sweet, and it's like, worth it.
I guess
and
I get that. I'm kind of like that with the Red Hots. It's like, oh, ouch.
But
But and we're allowed to like different things.
Yes, we are. I do have a tendency to want to try to like convince you, to like get you to see my side. But I can accept that just doesn't work for you. Anyway, moving on. Should we start with rating savory items or sweet items? You want to go from like
care.
dinner to
whatever you are feeling.
Okay.
This is your baby.
No. Let's just start with how maybe we can save the savory stuff for later, because actually I think nowadays that's my favorite, is the dinner items. So we were talking about cookies, and so we bought like some store-bought chocolate chip and snickerdoodles from Rayleigh's. Sorry.
That's
And
okay.
I think they pack a lot of sugar in those bad boys because they're really good and soft. And then I made snickerdoodles and they're not nearly as good, but I think because they probably have half the sugar. And of course the shape just didn't really turn out right. But anyway.
They're really good though. You did a good job on those cookies.
They could be better. They could be softer. They could be flatter, maybe. They're very I didn't realize how when you roll them into the ball, the uniformity of size and shape helps. But still, we have kind of a crappy oven and
I think they're fine.
okay.
Some of them.
I'm not fishing for compliments. I'm just saying my frustration with how they turned out.
Yeah, I get it. Some of them have kind of a dark bottom, but they're they were still all really good.
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of nostalgia for me, especially when I was rolling them in the cinnamon sugar mix. That was fun. I was like, oh, I totally remember. That was the fun part as a kid, is like rolling them like a little naked baby in a flour bowl or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why. So I made a list of cookies and
naked baby in a flour bowl. So you're going to fry that baby?
No. I don't know. Let's leave it there.
Okay.
So I made a list of cookies to rate: chocolate chip, snickerdoodle, molasses crinkle, gingerbread, sugar cookies, peanut butter cookies. I kind of just threw those in there, and brownies. Even though brownies aren't really a cookie, but I wanted to put them.
There are like fudge cookies or something.
Well,
chocolate.
I put fudge in with the candy rating.
No, I'm saying
Okay.
cookies. They're like just chocolate cookies.
Oh. No.
They used to make them at the cafe. They were fucking amazing.
Always talking about this mythical cafe.
They made peanut butter cookies too, which I'm not really into peanut butter.
I used to love them. I think my dad used to like them and I'd make them for him. And then as I got older, anything peanut butter that's not just straight peanut butter or like Reese's, peanut butter and chocolate, I'm not about.
I'm the same way.
Someone proposed peanut butter marshmallows the other day and I said, ew, no. Mm-hmm. Why mess with something perfect?
Yeah.
Would you want to put peanut butter and marshmallows in your hot chocolate, you fiend?
I don't think peanut butter really belongs in a lot of stuff that it's put in.
You don't belong.
You don't fucking belong. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. Get out.
Just kicking him out the door. Just, yeah, I don't know. I pictured just like a poor guy being kicked out a door and like
a poor guy made of peanut butter
right.
being kicked out of a door.
Being chased by wild dogs.
Well, this scenario keeps changing.
I don't know where my mind goes. So, okay, so how would you rate? We've got, again, chocolate chip, snickerdoodle, molasses crinkle, gingerbread, sugar
I don't
cookies.
know what molasses crinkle is. I don't think I've ever had that.
Well, maybe we should throw that one out then.
And what about
I like molasses
oatmeal.
crinkle because I like molasses and I think it has some similar stuff to gingerbread, but I left oatmeal out because I felt like you and I both were just, and I don't know if it's really a Christmas cookie. I mean, neither is a peanut butter cookie, but
I think there's definitely a time and place for an oatmeal cookie.
time, place, when you have no other cookies.
Maybe.
Okay.
It does feel strange to waste teeth and calories on certain things like oatmeal cookies and peanut butter cookies. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm going to have sweets, it's got to be like chocolate chip or maybe gingerbread or something. I feel like it's a waste otherwise. You're just like, yeah, I'm not really into it, but
yeah.
But there are people that really love them, so
yeah, my
just
mom
a difference
loves
of taste.
oatmeal raisin cookies. Not just oatmeal, but oatmeal raisin. And it's like,
yeah, I think they're kind of okay.
Yeah.
But
I think I made oatmeal cookies one time with a friend and
yeah.
We just made the batter and ate like a shitload of batter and got kind of sick off it. And so I think ever since then I've not been as much a fan. So maybe that's why. But yeah, I don't really like that. Okay, so what would you say would be your bottom of these? I'm going to take out molasses crinkle since you don't know or remember. what that is.
Okay.
So would you say peanut butter is your bottom?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
And I think the chocolate chip, at least the ones that they would make at the cafe, were fucking amazing.
Okay, we're just talking standard chocolate chip though.
Why can't we add that one?
Is that your top?
Because you haven't had it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. That might be.
Probably just chocolate
we
chip.
can have our separate list. You could have that. Yeah, I think chocolate chip might be my top. I actually think.
Do you want to go you first?
No,
Here.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You go
I got
first.
chime in. No, you go. You go.
I got chime in.
I got
Happy?
chiming in. I got chime happy.
You go first.
No.
Okay, then
Go.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. So what are the options? I can't see them from here.
So chocolate chip, snickerdoodle, gingerbread, sugar cookies, peanut butter cookies, or brownies.
So peanut butter cookies are the bottom.
Okay.
Chocolate chip and brownies are probably at the top. They're my favy.
Which one's top? Or do you want to save that for the end?
I just said chocolate chips and brownies.
You have to choose which one. You have to choose between them.
They
between your
stand
two
together.
favorite children. No.
They're holding
you
hands.
must choose.
At the first
One must go.
at the first place winner stand.
That's not how first place works, and you know it. You can save it for the rate your other ones.
Probably
and then,
chocolate chip cookie and
Okay.
then brownie.
All right.
And then I don't know, Snicker. No. Possibly
Don't forget
gingerbread.
sugar. Don't forget sugar cookies with
Gingerbread, Snickerdoodle.
with frosting.
Yes. And then sugar cookie and then peanut butter. So that's my list
Gingerbread.
that the audience probably doesn't give two shits about.
Hey, why are we doing this otherwise?
So you go.
Okay, you had chocolate chip
Yep.
cookies, brownies,
Yes.
snickerdoodle,
Yes.
gingerbread,
Yes.
sugar cookies.
No, actually Snickerdoodle was after gingerbread.
Okay.
Gingerbread is nice. It's
Yeah.
I think a lot of these things though, they just have a nostalgic kind of feel to them. Cuz they're probably as an adult, they're not really any of them are that great. Maybe. Except chocolate chips. Because everything else is just so rich and body destroying.
I think I might be with you. Sometimes it depends on the day for brownies. But
Yeah, they're
actually
very
that's
rich.
not true because really I think if they're made the way my perfect brownie is, they're not super rich. They're not any richer than a chocolate chip cookie. And if they're nice and with the leathery cracked
Oh
top,
yeah, yeah,
see what I'm saying?
yeah. If they're not too soft,
Yeah.
squishy brownies are kind of off-putting. And then, especially knowing how they're made with the amount of oil and shit
Oh,
that's
yeah.
in them, it really makes me think like I'm just eating a block of oil and sugar,
And the problem being
knowing what it is. If I didn't know what it was, like I think that's part of the joy of being a child and just being like, I will eat this entire tray because I don't know what it is.
I don't have to worry about my health.
I don't know the reality of the
My
situation.
parents are paying for my medical care
Exactly.
and my dental care. I think I agree with you. I think the only switch I might make is snickerdoodle after sugar cookies. And maybe even sugar cookies before. I do really like gingerbread. I do.
Depends though. Is that a gingerbread man with like all dressed up?
And nowhere to go.
Yeah. Or is that just like a plain gingerbread circular cookie? Because a gingerbread man with, all the icing,
All the fixins.
Yeah, all the fixins on them. Mm-hmm. Heck yeah.
I don't know that. I mean, I like the look of it, so it definitely is eye appealing. But I don't know that it makes it taste better. I really like gingerbread cookies. Like,
The frosting and stuff.
yeah, it almost. I'm not huge on frosting, although
But
having
you like
said
it
that,
on sugar cookies.
I know that's true.
You are such
Hey.
a contradiction of yourself.
Shush. Sugar cookies might have to knock. The only reason I don't eat sugar cookies as much is I don't make them, and maybe the name puts me off. Like it's just sugar, even though that's all
what
of these.
all of them are.
But maybe psychologically,
it doesn't help.
I really like them though. When they're soft, when they're the right softness. No, I think for me, I'd have chocolate chip brownies, gingerbread, sugar cookies, snickerdoodles, and peanut butter cookie. So he's like, like a potential sneeze, and then I look over and he's got like his fingers stuffed up his nostril holes.
No, they're not. They were on my nose. They were on the
It just
outside.
looked like you were pushing your nose up, like making it into a pig nose.
So if if you're about to sneeze, you can pinch in between your eyes, that part of your nose, the bridge of your nose, like high up, and that will stop your sneeze.
Why would you want that? You want
Because I don't want to sneeze on the mic.
Well, turn your head and sneeze on your computer instead. Don't have an argument for that, do you?
Well, I don't want to spit all over my computer.
I figured. It was just funny to look over, and it looked like, at first glance, that you had like your fingers squished up your nostrils just to like plug.
No. That's dangerous. You don't want to plug anything.
Well, that's how they do it in the cartoons. Hold a finger up to block the nostrils. Why wouldn't it work in real life? IRL.
You're gonna blow your brain out.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I feel like that's something your dad told you and as a kid and you went with it.
So what if that's true?
Speaking of spitting on the mic. All right, so I think we've got our ranking. A couple cookies that I found that I thought were interesting and look good. Pecan pie thumbprint cookies.
Huh. So it's a cookie that you squash your thumb into.
Sure.
And then you put a pecan where your thumbprint was?
Something like that. I don't know. I don't remember now.
Really?
I think it was just little. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe that's what it was.
Like the Hershey Kiss ones?
I don't like those.
Where you make a little cookie, do a little indent. Actually, I think you can just jam the
squirt chocolate
thing into it.
Oh.
No, you jam the kiss onto it. But I don't know how you cook those. I think you like partially cook them and then you stick the kiss on. I don't know.
Well, now that I saw the meme of it's Elf on a shelf just squatting over each of the cookies, I don't want to eat those. I don't like those anyway.
It's not
too much
actual
chocolate.
Poop.
I know. It's too much chocolate concentrated in one spot. And I don't really like Hershey's Kisses. So, we're done with that. Shortbread bites, which are just little. I don't really like shortbread, but
I don't know what that is.
They're just little. Shortbread cookies I think are like the ones in the tartan box. The tin.
Oh yeah.
They're okay if you have nothing else, but yeah. And red velvet crinkle cookies sounded good because I do like molasses crinkles if they're soft. All these have to be soft.
I think I have to try these because I have no idea.
The red velvet I think it just is a beautiful deep red. But I think it's just maybe food dye.
I think if you're buying it in a package from a big corporation, it's definitely just food dye.
I think even the recipe might be, because I didn't know that red velvet cake was just chocolate cake dyed red.
Traditional
maybe there's
might be made with like beet.
Ugh.
What?
I don't know.
Like beet juice to dye it. I don't know. I don't know the details.
Okay. Oh,
maybe if you're making it organically or something. But if you're eating it from, Safeway or something, it's most likely just some gross ass dye.
Yeah. Red dye number 40. No, I don't know. That's a different, probably.
Isn't that banned in the UK or something?
I think in the European Union or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in a lot of European countries who care about people.
Yeah. The FDA that cares about people.
What
Do
is
they
a
have
cookie?
an FDA? I imagine that.
I'm sure they have an equivalent.
Is it called
No.
the FDA?
FDA in Spain. No, because it would be different words. I don't know what it's called. What's a cookie that you hate?
A cookie that I hate.
That we haven't said already. So.
Another cookie actually that I like
Not the question.
I know that's not the question. I'll get back to that.
I'm just kidding.
My mom would make these cookies that had like some sort of raspberry jam in them. So it was basically like a thumbprint cookie, but it had like jam in it. It was really good.
Oh,
but it was like a
is
thin
it kind of
layer
like
of it.
shortbread? Like a shortbread looking cookie? Those ones with
like a really crumbly white kind of dough. I don't know.
And then there's but there can be different types of jam or jelly in the middle.
She would just make them with raspberry, I think. Anyway.
Okay.
Those were really good.
Okay.
But cookies I don't like, I can't. It's probably peanut butter or oatmeal.
Can't think of any others. I hate snowballs, which
that's not a cookie though.
It kind of is. It's kind
snowballs
of in
like from the Hostess company.
No, it's a. I'll show you. I'm not even sure what they're made of, but I think to me. Hold on.
Snowball cookies. But they have coconut on them, right?
No, I think it's like powdered sugar.
Oh, just looks like a donut hole.
But I don't know. I think they're like kind of moist, like they feel like
they
they're
look
not
like they're full of something
all the way through.
Some of them.
I think these ones are buttery pecan snowball cookies. I just despise them.
Why do you despise them?
I don't know. Just don't want them. Oh yeah, these ones have like a jam in them, but I'm just not into it.
It almost looks like a scone.
Yeah, or like a white powdered donut hole or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Interesting.
I hated one.
I've never had them.
Well, don't start now. Okay, on to pies. We've got pumpkin pie, which I didn't. There's a version you can make that's gingerbread spiced pumpkin pie, which sounds good. But I like a standard, and we will be. So we're being safe and obeying the shelter in place, and we're not Christmasing with anyone.
Yep.
And we have ordered from our local place down the street, which we will then reheat.
Yeah.
Our except for the pie, that'll be hard. I guess we could nuke it, but
yeah.
Oh yeah, we could. Yeah.
Yeah, you
anyway,
can nuke pie.
So we've got like some kind of.
It would be smart to heat
some
everything.
Some kind of beef thing, mashed potato, some fancy mashed potatoes. I think there's sweet potatoes in there, asparagus maybe, and some other good stuff. And then we ordered a pumpkin pie, so I'm excited. And then that puts us into a drawing for a magnum of some kind of wine. It's humongous, which I don't really care about, but it was fun to look at. So
I like wine sometimes.
You had one glass of that wine, and then I think sometimes you're good with like a glass, and then you leave it. And then I'll slowly maybe drink it over a few days, but usually end up tossing half or a quarter of it out.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't agree with me. Very small amount.
I think red wine doesn't agree with a lot of people.
It agrees with me more than white.
I don't know that I've ever drunk white wine, at least much. I've probably only had a single glass of it before.
I think I also like red because it's not chilled, and it has more of a full-bodied flavor, in my opinion. And white is can be a little. Maybe it's just the kind my mom always drank, like Chardonnay was a little. And I just don't. I think maybe it has more sugar, but I'm not sure. It just affects me differently. I get headaches much more quickly.
Oh.
Same with champagne. Okay. So pumpkin pie, apple pie, pecan pie. I almost put apple crumble, but so if you want to kind of choose in your mind like straight apple versus like apple crumble, because I think if I have apple crumble, maybe that moves it up. Sweet potato pie. I just threw that in there. I don't know if I've ever had it, and it kind of sounds gross.
I imagine it's
pie.
very similar to pumpkin pie, where it's probably loaded with sugar, and it probably has some spice like nutmeg and stuff in it.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that it's probably good.
I feel like the consistency would be a little different, like maybe a little grainier.
I would hope that they would kind of blend up the potatoes, because there's some kind of like stringy graininess to.
But I still think maybe you're going to get the graininess that comes through. I don't know. So I threw in a lot here that we could kind of rule out or, winnow it down. Coconut cream pie, chocolate cream pie, grasshopper pie.
Banana cream pie.
Okay, maybe I'll get rid of coconut cream pie and put banana. I do love a banana cream pie, even though it makes me feel sick after.
The only cream pie that I have ever liked was chocolate cream pie.
Oh. Okay. So commence your ratings. There's a lot.
Probably apple. On
Your top?
Top.
Really?
And pumpkin, maybe. I don't know. They're kind of tied. Apple and pumpkin are tied.
Remember what we said last time? You must choose.
It's such a hard call, though.
Well,
how can you ask me to do that?
With my words.
Good one.
The thing is, when you have an option to buy a pie, you rarely come home with apple. You come home with pumpkin. So
yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
Is it because there's more guilt with? Because I do feel like there's more going on with apple, like especially if you have like a top.
Even though there's probably more sugar in pumpkin pie, because they have to make it sweet. Whereas apple is somewhat naturally sweet, even though there's probably a shit ton of sugar in it.
Yeah. Well, and if they do like the lattice whatever top to
I love that.
And then they'll like sugar it, and that's why I don't like it, because I want the more pure, like just a straight. I don't know what you call them. I'm calling it a top. That just is crust, and then I'm super happy. But I still think I take pumpkin, and my mom hates pumpkin.
That might be why I buy pumpkin pie more often, because you like it.
Oh,
because
you should just buy apple if you like apple. I'll eat it.
But I told you I like them pretty much equally, except there is more guilt to a sugary, apple pie with all the crust on it.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I really like that,
crust.
But it's not.
So if there was no guilt involved and it was like your last meal, what would you pick if you had to pick? I mean, if it was your last meal and I had control, I'd give you both.
Honestly, they're tied. They're tied
this is
for
a
first.
hard. All right.
It's a lot like the.
I'm not gonna let you do that every
cookies
time.
and brownies. They're
I'm gonna
tied.
make you choose on every other one, but in this one because you're very. I won't really. Okay. So, what about? I don't think pecan is up there for you.
I don't like pecan that much.
And sweet potato, not.
I've never had it.
Have you had mince pies?
I don't know what that is.
From England, like English mince pies?
I don't.
Is it like rhubarb
I don't think so.
and stuff? I don't know.
I have had rhubarb pie. That's okay.
No, it's not rhubarb pie. It's what is mince pie?
Oh, one time, my mom made rhubarb from the garden, and it's poisonous, I guess. Like the leaves are poisonous, but you can eat the stalks, I guess, if you cook them. That's how it works. And you add a shit ton of sugar to them. So my mom made rhubarb for a pie, I think. Or actually, it might have just been for her to eat, because she eats the innards of a pie and just leaves the carcass of a...
the dried husk.
Yeah, the dried up dead husk of the dough part of the pie. So anyway, there was pie filling rhubarb in the fridge. And one day my dad was like, hey, Brandon, you want some dinner? And I was like, sure, yeah. So he grabs, he starts putting together some food, and he thinks that the rhubarb is beans. So he lays out this mound of rhubarb on a plate with I don't remember what else was there, like a corn dog or something. I don't know. And this pile of rhubarb had cheese all over the top of it.
Gross.
So I had no idea it
Gross.
was rhubarb. Also, after biting it, I was confused because it was it was sugar loaded pie filling. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
How old were you, do you think?
Probably in my teens, maybe.
So you felt comfortable.
What?
You felt comfortable to articulate, this is not beans.
No, I think I was very confused at first because it was covered in cheese and I couldn't tell what it was really, but it was so sugary sweet that you know, it was a flavor that I had not anticipated. Because imagine you're ready to bite, you know, you're ready to mac down on some cheesy beans.
Part of it is you have this big expectation of what you're going to taste.
Uh-huh.
So your brain just like splits apart.
And not baked beans, like refried beans.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not imagining any sweetness at all.
Yeah.
And then you get hit with pie filling. So, and you know, it was a really nice gesture. So I wasn't like being an asshole or a brat about it, but I was like, I think you may have given me pie filling.
And your mom comes home and she's like, damn it, I worked hard on that. Where's my fucking pie filling?
Where'd all my pie filling go? It got covered in cheese and thrown away.
Oh my gosh.
No, it wasn't. He didn't give me that much, but
Yeah.
it was just a funny experience.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Oh, the mishaps. Oh, and speaking of pie mishaps with your dad.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I feel bad talking about that one because it's kind of putting him on blast a little bit. But
I think we've talked about it before. And it's like an innocent mistake. I mean, who hasn't?
Well, so they like to get pies from Costco because Kirkland makes amazing stuff. Like they have muffins there. Like coffee cake muffins. Mm-hmm. Those are fucking amazing.
I think if I was into coffee cake, I'd be excited about that, but I'm really not.
Coffee cake is so good, I think.
Scratching my ear.
But so they would buy these pies, and one pie got a little old on the counter, and so my dad was, you know, he took a slice, but it was dark, so he took a slice and ate it, and I was like looking at him like, oh, you're having pie? And then after a minute, I like after he finished eating it, I think,
man.
I went into the kitchen and
like you were going to get a slice?
Turned the light on. And you know me, I'm kind of like Mr. Inspect his food before eating.
Yeah.
So I checked on the pie and it had fucking mold in it. And I was like, Dad, that pie had mold in it that you ate. He's like, no, it didn't. And so I showed him. He doesn't believe me with a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. I think he thinks that I'm just like some crazy paranoid person that just comes up with stuff. Because I remember another time when I was eating a steak and I was like, there's a piece of metal in this steak. He's like, no, you're crazy. So I was like, I almost broke my tooth on it. So I spit it out and it's a literal metal BB. And I drop it on the plate and it's like, dink. Very clearly metal.
And you must chew your food better than anyone because you always find the weird stuff like the bones. So I feel like I just shovel
knuckles,
and inhale with the minimum of chewage, and you're like methodically chewing every bite.
Yeah.
So it's not that your food has more crud in it; it's just that you find it, I just swallow it like a pelican.
Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, back to the pie story. He was so this pie had mold on it on the cross section. So I was like, I know you ate some mold because it was on the cross section.
Yeah.
So it was up in your piece of pie.
Yeah, and you ate every bite of that.
Yeah, and I think he was fine.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't think it'll like hurt you unless it's in mass amounts. I mean, it's not good. It's not pleasant.
I think you're not supposed to eat mold unless it's. I think cheese mold is like safe to eat if it's white or something.
Okay.
But you're not supposed to eat molds from like molds on bread or molds from.
But I think it's like a substantial amount would harm you because I mean I know my dog ate my science experiment, which was mold, you know, in like the whatever grade, and
But was it cheese mold?
No. It was bread mold.
Oh.
And she was fine. I don't even think she had diarrhea. So
But I think dogs have more strong stomachs than us. Typically, not this one, but
right.
But most dogs.
Well, he can't handle any seasoning, but he could probably handle a piece of moldy bread. I don't know. Not that I'm going to test that.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, I mean, because we always do rile him or, you know, tease him about that. So I feel like it's out there. It's not like a...
Yeah, but I don't think we've done it on, you know, done it to
A potentially someday mass audience.
people who we don't really know
Okay.
yet.
Well, I could
At
tell
least.
some gross stuff that I ate if you want to even it up so it doesn't feel like an attack.
If you want to.
Well, I think we've established that I ate cat food as a kid, and I as an adult willingly ate dog snacks
Yeah.
because they're good. I mean, they do
They're
have that
not.
doggy bit, but we've talked about this before. Eating dog snacks to make sure that they are palatable to your dog, but yeah, they did have that probably sawdust filler that is typical of dog foods and snacks, but
I think it makes
like
more sense to leave
an
like
oyster cracker.
to buy your dogs like ham or something and have that as your treat to them instead of dog cookies. At least knowing how they are now, knowing that they're just packed with shit,
Not literal shit.
No, but preservatives
Sawdust.
and crap.
Anyway, I'm sure I've eaten worse stuff. My sister ate a bowl of cereal. She didn't realize that the box had become infested with ants. They'd gotten into it, and she poured it. Didn't look super closely. You're just rushing. Put milk in. Took a couple bites and was like, "Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
pretty nasty."
And the little black ants that leave like that weird pineapple stank.
Pineapple.
Yeah, like if you squish one,
Formic acid or something.
it like spurts out
Oh.
that stink.
Ugh.
Yeah, they're called like stink ants or something,
Oh.
right?
I don't know.
I think it's just common black ants. If you squish them, they let out a really bad smell.
Huh.
That's like if you squish an ant, smell your fingers afterwards, and it's like a weird. People have compared it to pineapple.
Weird. Well, she did that once. She squashed one and smelled it. Mm-hmm. And she said ever since then, she was able to smell if an ant was like near, like on the bed. Because at my
That's
mom's old house,
crazy.
we would have ant issues, especially I think like maybe during the winter.
Well, don't they work off of smells?
Yeah.
Isn't that how they like, figure out where to go and
I think so.
whatnot?
Yeah, but it was just funny because it was like she'd become part ant or something.
That's amazing.
So she would she said she'd be with her ex, at the time. Well, her
She's
boyfriend
like
at the time.
ant woman.
Laying in the bed, and she'd like sit up, like there's an ant on the bed or there's an ant in here.
What?
Yeah,
That's wild.
because she would smell the smell.
That's kind of cool.
I don't know if I'd want to know. I don't know. It's like a curse, like a superpower,
Yeah.
kind of.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, you're into it,
Because I've
gonna be
squashed
sniffing
them
ants?
and I can't smell it.
which is weird because, and maybe, I don't know, maybe she's kind of imagining it, but
Or maybe she's just
it's weird
aware
because
of
you
that
have
smell.
a really good sense of smell, but it maybe is clearly like attuned to different spectrums or something. Not ants, apparently. Anyway, back to the pie rating.
Yeah.
Got quite off. Oh, conked myself. Okay.
All right, here we go.
So for you, it's pumpkin and apple are tied for first. What about pecan?
Pecan is probably very low.
Okay. Sweet potato. I think I'll get that out because we've not had it, right?
I
okay.
haven't had it.
What about and you haven't had mince pie?
Nope.
God damn it. Banana cream, chocolate cream, grasshopper pie.
Chocolate cream, yes. Banana cream, not super into it. Grasshopper pie, no idea what that is.
Oh my gosh. I think that's like there's like mint in it. I should have picked other pies, but they're
I feel like I
all
wouldn't
over
like that.
Okay.
I don't like mint in a lot of things.
I think I did as a kid, like mint chocolate chip, and then lost. Like I used to like mint in my chocolate, and I've kind of lost. Like it kind of just takes away.
It's really good in a York
Overpowers.
peppermint patty, but
I
it's
don't even
not.
like those.
It's not good in like a full-on sweet thing that you're gonna eat. What am I trying to say? It's not good in like a slice of pie or a bowl of ice cream, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, I think I would rate pumpkin,
Yeah.
pecan, because I used to just be disgusted by the idea of a pie that had nuts in it. But when I had a slice, because my mom's neighbor used to make her a pecan pie every year, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It kind of has like almost like a brownie, like gooey texture, and but like a harder kind of gooey. It's so good. I was shocked that I liked it. So I would go pumpkin, pecan.
Well, I think when you, sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay.
I think when you hear about it, having not had it, you imagine like just a pie crust full of dry pecans.
Yeah, no, it's
which of course is not
so
going
nice
to be the
and gooey.
case. I think that's why the sweet potato pie is probably good, because I'm just imagining a pie crust full of sweet potatoes, but it's probably loaded with sugar.
Yeah.
It probably has spices in it, and it's baked, and it's probably pureed, like pumpkin pie is.
I think my issue with it is psychologically, I'll be thinking this should be sitting next to my mashed potatoes and my turkey.
Don't you usually just have one or the other, mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes?
No.
Oh.
Definitely, like when we have our big family gathering in Fiddletown, I mean, because everyone brings a dish and it's a lot of people, there's like multiple types of potatoes. So I think usually my aunt brings delicious potatoes. I'll talk about that later.
Delicious potatoes.
Well, or they're cheesy potatoes or something. There might be some other
Like
kind of
scallop potatoes? Those are good.
They actually, yeah, it is partly, I think, scallops, but then you have like layers of stuff. It's really bad, like heart attack central, but
bacon,
so good.
Bacon and cheese and...
No, a lot of cheese. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, we'll talk about it later in the savory section. But okay. I think in my mind, it's like sweet potatoes, even though they're sweet, are a dinner item. Don't try putting that in my pie,
That's fair.
Yeah. So
I like them with marshmallows on them.
I know.
We used to do that for Thanksgiving and Christmas. We would put marshmallows on them and then stick it in the oven. They'd get all toasty.
Yeah. I'm not into the I think because I wasn't like brought up with that, and it's a bit of like, I don't know.
I think it's a little bit
white trash.
A little bit white trash, but I like them.
Yeah.
I like it.
Exactly.
How rude. They're also good with brown sugar. You get you put them in and it crystallizes a little bit.
I just like straight kind of sweet potatoes, or like with butter, kind of to tone down the sweetness a bit. But like my mom makes some, and it's a real subtle sweetness. I think I like that because I am more of like a savory when it comes to my dinner items, And so if I'm going to pick between the two, I'd pick regular potatoes, mashed potatoes. Anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah. So pumpkin, pecan, and then I think apple, and then chocolate cream, banana cream, and then grasshopper. And then a disgusting pie that I saw, as much as I love eggnog, there's an eggnog pie. And I think that sounds disgusting.
But it might be good. Remember, I mean, what you're imagining is probably just that item.
Yeah.
It's probably good, though.
But otherwise, why would you put it in a pie? You want it to be like reminiscent of that item. Otherwise, why bother making it? I like eggnog with coffee. I like it heavy on the coffee and light on the eggnog, but the eggnog gives it, so something primarily made of eggnog, too much, in my humble opinion.
Well, I'm going to bet that it's good.
Okay.
The first time I ever had...
You put money down on that. You go ahead.
The first time I ever had pumpkin pie, I think I was a teenager, and I was working in a kitchen, and I think I might have been working for free for this person, and they came back and they were like, "Hey, we've got pumpkin pie," and I was like, "That doesn't sound good, but I'll try it, I guess." And I got like hooked on it. I was like, I destroyed it.
So were you picturing like someone just took a Halloween pumpkin, mushed it up and stuffed it in a pie. That sounds horrible. Or like if you've ever tried pumpkin as a kid, like when you're carving a pumpkin, like, ugh.
What you're imagining is, the guts from a pumpkin.
Oh, yeah.
In a pie, and you're just like, that sounds fucking disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's pureed,
bunch of sugar.
You put sugar in it, you put nutmeg.
Top it with whipped cream.
Put other spices on it, and then you have the crust along with it. So I think that's why I don't know. I wouldn't cut any pies out.
Okay.
Of possibly being good.
That reminds me, we need to make sure we have whipped cream, or we need to make some homemade whip.
Isn't that a lot of work?
I don't think so.
Oh, probably not.
Your brother just whips it up, and we.
Yeah, but he does it by hand, and I think it's a lot of.
I might try it
because when he made that
bourbon whipped cream, oh my god, that was so good. I don't know, would that go well with a? Did he make it for pumpkin pie? It was fucking.
I don't remember.
Even just straight whipped cream. I love whipped cream.
Well, I could try making it,
and that's why I like it too. I think is because it's less sweet. It's less packed with the sugar, and it's more about the fluffy. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
You looked like a puppet when you did that. Your neck all flappy.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've got our pie rating.
We're done with our pie rating. Moving on to the next rating.
Christmas candy.
Christmas candy.
So I put disgusting fudge in there.
I like fudge.
Okay. Fudge, peppermint bark, candy canes, See's candy, nuts and chews. I did specifically because that's my favorite. Because I think there's quite a variety of See's otherwise. Peanut brittle. I'm counting on my fingers, but I lost count. Almond roca. For me, chocolate caramel striped popcorn, chips, and pretzels. This vendor would bring us this mix, and it was like potato chips, like Ruffles or something with the ridges.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think maybe not pretzels, but popcorn, and it was like drizzled with caramel chocolate.
So potato chips and popcorn drizzled in.
So you have the salty mixed with the hardened stuff that was drizzled over them, the chocolate and the caramel. OMG. It is like fucking crack.
That's fair.
Not that I've ever had crack, but I imagine it had that effect.
It was addictive.
It was so addictive.
I think you can say that. Yeah.
Okay. But it's just more,
What? What does that mean?
It was my crack.
Got more punch to it?
Yeah. Anyway, if you've never had it, don't, because your life will be ruined. Because then you know about it, and
So it is
when it comes into your
like
life.
Crack.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
What is that?
I'm just having a moment.
Oh, okay. Thinking about it.
I splooged in my jizzed in my pants.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
not really. So what's your rating? Fudge? Have you ever had peppermint bark?
Yeah.
Okay. Candy canes, See's candy, peanut brittle, almond roca. Have you ever had that? You've never had that?
I don't know what that is.
All right, I'll get rid of that. I really like almond roca. It's like toffee.
You don't got to delete it. Just,
But you can't rate it if you've never had it.
I know, but you just leave it there. It's fine.
It's just visually helps me with the list.
Okay, well, delete it then. Fuck.
It's like a little log of toffee covered in, I think, like chocolate and bits of nuts, which I normally wouldn't like, but it's a really good combo. But I'll take it off because you never had it.
Okay.
And then I don't think you've ever had the chocolate caramel striped popcorn and all that stuff. But
no.
So where would you start with the ones that you have had?
Actually, I have had the chocolate caramel striped popcorn.
Okay.
My parents would buy those little bags that are kind of cone shaped, full of that kind of popcorn. They would call it like zebra popcorn or something.
Okay.
That shit is diabolical.
Okay, so we'll put that as your number one. I'm just kidding.
Probably, I don't know. I do really like fudge. Fudge.
Okay. So fudge, and then what?
I already forgot a bunch of stuff that was on the list.
Peppermint bark, candy canes, See's candy, peanut brittle. Do you like peanut brittle?
Candy canes, peanut butter brittle, and peppermint bark are probably all at the bottom.
Well, also I will accept write-ins So if you have any other Christmas candies,
Except what?
write-ins, like
Oh.
you can do that sometimes in an election, on a ballot. You write in who you're voting for if they're not on the ballot.
That's a good one.
All right. What do you have any
All right.
do you have any other candies that you like? Or just like maybe things that aren't Christmas candies per se, but you'd get them in like your stocking. We could go with that too.
I don't know. See's candy is good. Oh, I do like those chocolate oranges.
Oh yeah.
I think those are sometimes a Christmas gifts.
Is fudge your number one?
I think it might be. But at the same time, remember it's candy. So this is like, I will have one square or maybe two and be done. Because candy is rough.
On your body?
Yeah.
Okay. Worse than cookies?
I think so.
All right.
You don't agree? Because candy is like the condensed sugar version of, it's like the most sugared thing you can have.
I guess so.
Cookies are bad for you, but at least they have some other stuff going on with them.
Cookies also have flour, which is arguably equally bad for you.
Damn it.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All right. Do you have any others? So, fudge, chocolate oranges, See's candy, and what was the thing you just said? I think that was it. I think fudge would be not even on the list. It'd be so far at the bottom.
And why is that?
I just hate it. It's too sweet.
Yes.
And I've never liked it. I've never liked the consistency. It's too soft. I don't like that. I like something I can kind of work on and suck on and chew on, and I don't know. I just have always hated it. And then my mom used to like.
You can kind of scrape bits off of it with your teeth.
I don't want to do that. I don't know. And
but
then
I think you might have a fear of cubed foods, like
I eat cubed cheese.
That's true. Cubed sweets, then maybe, because you don't like Gosh, what the hell are they called?
Turkish
Delights. Yeah.
They're disgusting. That's why I could put that on there.
They're not though.
I've never had a good Turkish Delight. It's like those berries that you like. They're like Turkish Delight. Ugh.
Well, I don't like them anymore now that they have beaver anus in them.
You can't say you don't like them.
Now that I know,
like them, you just are morally or.
I don't like them now, knowing that there's beaver
viscerally
anus.
Opposed.
Yeah, for many reasons. Because I don't want to be eating anything with beaver anus in it, or beaver anal glands in it, and I don't like that beavers are killed for that.
But if you didn't know that, you'd still like them.
Yes.
You still like them.
I would still eat an entire bag in one
the
sitting.
Equivalent of an anus of a beaver, to be clear. Yeah, fudge
not
is
a
at the
beaver
bottom.
Of a beaver anal gland.
I know. Yeah, fudge is not on my list. I would say that
because your fudge is off my list.
now we're gonna have to strike that. We're
I
gonna
don't
have
think
to.
so. I don't think it was good enough.
No, you're right.
How rude.
I think my top one is that striped, kind of like the zebra popcorn, but it's more than that. It's that whole mix. I especially liked it with the chips.
Well, and you
That's
fucking
my top.
love popcorn, so.
Yeah, I fucking do. I don't know why you had to use
fucking
a
love
bad word.
Fucking popcorn.
And then I would say See's candy, nuts and chews. Those are so good. Candy canes are practically at the bottom as well. Peppermint bark would probably be after See's candy. And yeah, just to reiterate, no fudge. Get it out of here. And something that I saw that looked good was white chocolate peppermint pretzels. And I don't usually like white chocolate, but they looked really good. And I think because they were small, just a bite size. I do like, again, there's that sweet and salty peppermint is pretzels with like chocolate. Okay, on to the
I feel like we
main event.
I feel like we missed a few candies, but I forgot while you were talking
Did
what
we?
they were.
The ones on my list or ones you thought, oh, peanut brittle, I hate it. Some
There's a
people
bunch
really
of
like
different
it.
candies.
Okay, well.
I forget, though, what the hell they were.
Like Christmas candies or like just candies that you would get in like your stocking?
Chocolate covered raisins are one. Gosh, there was another one that...
They're not really Christmas candies, though. They're just like candy that you get at Christmas, which is fine, but I just want to differentiate. I used to just like getting peanut butter cups, the little peanut butter cups in my stocking.
Oh.
Those were good. Or, oh no, that's Easter. I was thinking the Cadbury's eggs, but Snickers. I can't really think of what else. I would
chocolate
eat candy
Santa,
canes.
like a chocolate rabbit.
Yeah, I didn't like those. They were just straight, boring chocolate. And then they were milk chocolate. What?
This reminds me of that Michael Keaton skit on SNL.
Isn't he Easter? Isn't it Easter?
It's an Easter thing. He's like, here's a chocolate Easter bunny. He's like, some people like them solid, but, you know, how are you supposed to get your little wiener in there?
He's so funny and weird. He's like simultaneously super weird looking, but also handsome.
Yeah, if he's making a face, he's very capable of being weird looking.
Kind of like
but
Andy
if he's straight faced, he's a handsome man.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Yeah. But you know, the guy who plays Gollum, like when he's just talking or when he's kind of being a more like normal character, he's quite attractive, but he also kind of has like this weird mouth and these slightly like,
if he makes a face,
buggy eyes or
he's
something.
capable.
Not buggy, but yeah.
He's capable of monster faces. Mm-hmm.
As we have seen. Yeah. All right. Main event. Savory / entree items.
Okay.
All right. Ham, turkey, potatoes, and I'll let you pick because you don't like potatoes. Potatoes.
I kind of hate potatoes.
All right, so
they're a
maybe
filler
we'll take
item
them off their list. I disagree.
It's they're like the most bland thing on the plate, in my opinion.
That's why you put a load of butter and salt and seasoning, and they're transformed like Cinderella. Well, she was never like ugly to start, but you know,
dressed up,
transformed.
It's very similar to that.
Yeah,
I would say.
All dressed up for the ball. Okay, I put sweet potatoes with marshmallows in there for you. Stuffing, green beans, and I put gravy as its own item. And some people eat salmon for I think that's more of an Easter thing, but I did notice it on there. I think it's when people are trying to do something a little less traditional, they'll do like salmon. And I, of course, love salmon, but maybe I'll leave that off because it's not super traditional.
Trying not to deplete the turkey population.
Or the ham population.
The ham population?
I just picture
let those
like
hams
them
run
just
wild.
That rounded or oblong kind of shape with little legs on it, you know, which is basically what a pig is, I guess.
Wow.
They are that kind of shape.
I think ham and turkey are probably on the top, and everything else is
Which do you prefer?
Beneath it.
Which do you prefer?
On equal ground.
You must choose because you already had a tie in one of your other categories. Unless you want to change.
I don't really know. I like them both.
So what if it's white meat versus dark meat? Does that affect what is ranked top? Because it does for me. Well, no, actually, no. Sorry. Ham, as long as I have gravy to put on white turkey, turkey's still at the top. Ham is too salty for me.
Or cranberry sauce.
Eh.
Or for me, barbecue sauce as well.
Oh, my gosh.
I have barbecue sauce with my turkey.
So
and
messed up. I'm just kidding.
Well, you know.
Ham is like a bit...
Gotta have my barbecue sauce with my turkey and my marshmallows on my sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm. I think ham tastes too fatty and too salty and sometimes too sweet. There's too much going on there. Turkey is a nice foundation. I think basically turkey for me is just a carrier for your gravy, you know?
Well, if the ham is done right, it shouldn't be ultra super salty.
Either way, I think it's just for my palate too much.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, but anyway, we were talking about your rankings.
I think I already told you.
You you can't choose though between ham and turkey?
I don't know. They're just both good in their own ways. It's like choosing between cookies and brownies. They're good in their own way. I can't. It's hard to compare them and put one over the other.
Someone's making you choose. It's your last meal and you get one.
Oh my gosh. So much pressure.
I feel like you'd pick ham because you get really excited by ham.
You know what's really good? Ham and eggs and cheese. Mm-hmm. Makes a good breakfast.
Okay. And then, so potatoes for you are like at the bottom. Are they under green beans or above green beans? Because I feel like...
probably above green beans.
Okay.
Green beans are just...
Okay, we can take green beans out. We're just going with all the bread or meat related items then. None of this healthy shit.
What about rolls?
Come on, it's just more bread. We already have stuffing on there.
Croissants?
Who eats croissants for Christmas?
My family would.
All right, I take it back.
I guess we were strange.
Well, your mom is French Canadienne.
She's French Canadian.
Mm-hmm. She does do some fancy foods.
Well, my family's from kind of a different spot. So your family's from like Oklahoma.
Of course, you had to bring that up.
And where else? And my family's from Iowa and Southern California and Canada. So of course we're gonna have different, weird, different traditional things we do.
Okay. Oh, what about sweet potatoes? So those go. What is your favorite?
I like sweet potatoes.
Entree item? Is it the meat?
I think stuffing is on the very bottom.
Under potatoes?
I hate stuffing.
Oh, you're crazy. You're a crazy
fucking
fool.
Hate
How
stuffing.
are we even together?
Because stuffing...
Is that why we're together? Because stuffing?
Stuffing on its own, or stuffing on its own, like the bread part, I am capable of liking. But once you put water chestnuts in it...
I like those.
Barf. Once you put...
Celery
in it.
I'm out.
Barf.
I'm out.
Once you put raisins or dried cranberries in it.
I agree. Barf.
I'm just going to dump it in the trash. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, that's, it's my personal
or just
taste,
not put it on your plate, maybe, would be the nicer thing to do.
That would be the thing that I would do, is just not put it on my plate. Or say, I'm going to put this back. So
I'm going to put this back.
You guys can have it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Water chestnuts. It's just the contrast of the bread and crunchy.
I get it. I get it. I think I would preferably go without the water chestnuts, but it doesn't make me not eat it. And I kind of appreciate it. Like I used to hate them because I kind of thought of them as like an onion when I was a kid. So like if they were in Chinese food, I hated them. Now I love them because I think they put them in like
I would eat a raw Brussels sprout,
and I love them
before eating anything with water chestnuts. Oh, I could have put
Brussels sprouts. Do you like Brussels sprouts?
I
cooked?
do.
Okay.
Brussels sprouts are good.
Okay.
It's basically just a tiny cabbage.
Huh. Especially, I think the way your mom makes them. I think she makes them like, I don't know if she wraps them in something or just they're seasoned deliciously. Or even if you just, I feel like sometimes my body just really craves asparagus or Brussels sprouts, and some people really hate both of them.
I don't know how anyone can hate Brussels sprouts. I mean, obviously it's how you cook it, how you prepare it.
I think if someone is just preparing them like just boiling them and
leaving them at that, and they're just plain, then yes. But if you season them, and if you put anything with them like cheese or anything,
and maybe like roast them instead so they're kind of crispy.
I'm not so much into that.
All right.
Fried maybe. Fried is good. What? Like fried in oil. You don't have to batter them.
I think that's usually your choice is like frying stuff, which immediately makes it less.
I'm not a healthy person. Yeah.
You look healthy from the outside, but your innards are like dissolving. I'm just kidding.
My innards are gray.
Oh man, why am I laughing at that? It's horrible. I need to sort you out.
I'm not that unhealthy.
No, you're not. You're not.
Right?
No, I don't think you are.
Okay.
All right. So I think ham would be practically at the bottom of the list because I even green beans, I feel like I know my body needs.
Maybe you've just had too salty ham. Too much salt.
Maybe.
How would you say
Ham
that?
that's too salty?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I just I could go without it. I'll take a slice to kind of because I'll take some of everything. But I really in a ranking, and if I was filling up on everything, I think I would leave the ham.
Wow.
And I would go with dark turkey with gravy. But actually, even before that, I think would be potatoes, mashed. Maybe not if they're just roasted. But if they're mashed or if they're the delicious potatoes, which is basically, I think, kind of like scalloped, which is kind of just sliced, isn't it? I don't know. So they're sliced up.
It's just scalloped potatoes, I think, typically are sliced super thin and covered in cheese.
I think sometimes though she makes them.
Sauce.
So I think there's a variant on the recipe, which also sometimes they're mashed, but covered in cheese and maybe not Rice Krispies or cornflakes, but something like that. Maybe it's hash browns. It's like hash browns and then ovenized. And then so it's crispy on the top, baked basically. And so good. But I also just love a mashed potato, with butter, even a seasoned mashed. I love mashed potatoes. But sorry. If you don't have celery in them, I actually think stuffing might even go on top of that. Stuffing with gravy. So we've got stuffing, potatoes, it's so hard. Dark turkey meat with gravy. Then sweet potatoes. And I don't know what else. Maybe green beans to just round it out. If there's salmon, I'll definitely take salmon. I love
I've never had salmon for Christmas.
Yeah, my aunt makes it for Easter. So she'll have ham and salmon. So, of course, because I don't care super a lot for ham, I'll eat the salmon.
And you put it together and make hamon. Mm-hmm. Is that UPS?
I don't know. It is Monday. Yeah, so that's it for the rankings. Anything else you want to add about anything that I didn't bring up? Because obviously I compiled the lists and I don't like certain things that you do.
I think that might be it. There was a thing that my mom would make for a dessert for Christmas, but I think she sometimes would eat it with her savory food. Is a Jell-O. It was a Christmas Jell-O that was green and clear and white or something.
We have someone who brings a Jell-O like that, and I never used to touch it, and then finally I tried it, and it's quite good, but I still can't get past the Jell-O texture because it's it's mixed with cream cheese or even it's not cottage cheese, but it's
no, it's
it's less sweet.
It's like a creamy
and there's
cheese.
something in there for crunchy texture as well.
Yeah, like pecans or something. I think is what my mom would do.
Maybe
she would love that stuff.
It's pretty good.
I'd never liked it.
It's just not my once I finally gave it a chance. I was okay, this isn't disgusting, but it's just not my go-to. Kind of like ham. I appreciate why people like it, and it doesn't make me hurl, but it's not, I don't want to spend my stomach space or my calories on that. So more likely than not, I will pass. Unless the person who brings it, because I know who that is standing right there, and then I'll take a little scoop.
To not hurt anyone's feelings.
Right.
That's so considerate.
I know, right?
I guess I'll stomach this for you.
I don't say that, though. I just go, ooh, I wondered if you'd bring this.
Oh, how sweet.
I don't really say that.
I used to try to tolerate the stuffing, but it got to the point where I was just please, no stuffing. Please don't make
stuffing.
me. Because the younger I was, the more I didn't have a choice on what I could eat.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where I would beg to not have stuffing. Please no. Please get it away from me.
Well, and a lot of these are kind of more Thanksgiving foods, but I love stuffing, so I put it on there.
Well, I think we would have stuffing for Christmas.
I don't
remember. Or it
remember.
was dressing because it was never in the bird.
Never touched the bird's cavity.
which makes it all the more gross.
Oh, but it's all moist and seasoned by the bird butt juices. Perfect.
You're not helping your cause, or you're
I
not
am
helping
because
it.
it means more for me.
You don't have to convince me to not like it. I already hate
I'm just cementing that in your mind that
But
you
again,
don't need to ever touch the stuffing.
Just dressing on its own without what the hell are those things called? Water chestnuts, and without celery, and without dried cranberries.
I agree, except for the water chestnuts. I agree.
And it kind of reminds me of this one time my mom made a salad and she put raisins in it, and one of the raisins, actually a few I think, soaked up and reanimated itself.
Like a grape? Became a grape?
It re-became a grape, which was the
Those are
most
gross.
disgusting thing.
That's gross when they get all like soggy, like a tick that's just fed.
It rehydrated into a full globe again, and
But like squishy, not like a plump, firm, reanimated.
It was plump and reanimated.
But firm? Because if it's firm, that's just a grape. Just eat it.
It was firm, but
that's so
it's not
weird.
a grape. It's a zombie.
That's what I was going to say. It's a zombie raisin.
That's what I was going to say. It's a zombie.
Rude.
Yeah, it's a zombie.
Are you cold?
Zombie grape. I don't know why
You're
this is just comfortable.
like folded in on yourself, and here am I just sitting in a t-shirt.
It's just comfortable, you putz.
Don't think we need to resort to name calling.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I think that about does it for us. Anything? I didn't bring up cranberry sauce, but that's more of a Thanksgiving thing too. I think.
I think we would have cranberry sauce with
out of the can. Your mom would get the can at least when it's at her house.
She would get the can, and she would do, I think, homemade.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And then whoever took the can over the homemade stuff would be shamed.
Yeah, me and Chelsea, basically.
And me.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, I think in my family, someone would always get the canned. Maybe my mom, because I wouldn't touch the stuff. Because I felt like it had like the skins in it. Like I even thought, did they put stems in here? What is this shit? I mean, no offense. Like now I kind of get it and I can appreciate the taste, but I really liked the canned stuff. I would eat like a whole can as a kid. And I loved the ridges.
You don't have to deal with any of the bits and pieces. I feel you.
It was just, I think if you're kind of a sensitive person, like a lot of weird textures just put you off of things that would otherwise maybe be delicious. Mm-hmm. Because like, I don't want to taste those hard ass skins in something that period. I just don't want it.
I get it.
But then you feel bad.
Sort of like jams. Jams. Jelly or jams.
With the chunks.
If there's too big a chunks,
I don't like it.
Strawberries.
You can't spread it on your toast.
And you can, but it's like, ooh.
I don't want a chunk of, I don't want a zombie strawberry on my fucking toast.
Puree it. Yeah.
Puree that shit, you lazy fucks.
You know what really grosses me out?
Tell me.
I will tell you. I'll tell you right now. Is when you go to
Don't keep me waiting.
I will tell you. I'm going to tell you right here and right now. I'm proceeding to tell you about what really grosses me out.
Okay.
So when you go to a breakfast restaurant, shut up. When you go to a breakfast restaurant,
that's a lot. It's a mouthful.
You say it.
Breakfast restaurant?
Oh, fuck you. So you know how there's like the kids menu, and they have strawberries on waffles?
Yeah.
You're crying.
I am.
Are you okay? Well, they have like freeze.
Yeah.
Not freeze. They have frozen.
Yeah.
I was gonna say freeze dried, but they have frozen, reanimated strawberries, basically in some kind of goo.
Yeah.
Oh,
some kind of syrup.
Fucking
it's like,
repulsive.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to eat a pile of them?
I used to be into that as a kid because I think it was just a concept of like, we're going out and I'm allowed to get the waffles or pancakes with strawberries and whipped cream. But it was like, oh, actually, this is awful.
If you ever make them or have them proper, that are like, it's a waffle with regular strawberries that haven't been aged in a bucket of goo, then you realize how disgusting it is. But if you like them out there in the world,
you're fine.
That's fair.
You're not a disgusting.
But maybe try
excuse for a creature.
Oh my god, you're not a disgusting creature. Just try them. Try a waffle with some regular, like, fresh strawberries on it.
Yeah.
It's so much fucking better.
You can make a good waffle. I think that the waffle iron we have that was just from Kohl's is better than any waffle I've had in, like, a Denny. Well, obviously a Denny's, but, a breakfast restaurant.
Yeah. Well, and it's not $9.
And it's not humongous because it's already quite filling. And then if you just chop some fresh strawberries and put some whipped cream, if that's what you're into, so much better.
1,000,000 times better.
1,000,000.
And you can make them. You can make them how you like them. Mm-hmm. You can put in some.
Make them how you like them. Make them how you like them.
You can make. You can put in some.
Are you short circuiting?
You could put in some vanilla flavoring.
Oh, yeah.
Into that, into the batter. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Well, we don't even put milk and eggs in. It's just with water and then some vanilla. A healthy few drops of vanilla. And it's so good.
Yeah.
And then when you smell it cooking, you can kind of get a whiff of the vanilla. I love that.
Yeah, it's nice. But those soggy strawberries, man, holy crap. And then if you bite into one, when you bite into one, it's like...
As you're gonna do.
How old is this strawberry? Mm-hmm. And it's like
being kept
a lot.
On ice.
It's a lot. It's not just like, oh, a garnish. No, it's a fucking pile of these...
You're really passionate about this.
It's just gross. It's just gross to me.
Okay. That's fair. I agree. One thing we agree on food-wise.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. Thanks for agreeing with me.
Well, I didn't do it for you. I did it because that's how I feel.
Thanks for agreeing for me on this. Thanks for going out of your way.
To acknowledge I'm right.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. Anything else you want to add for the Christmas food spirit? Christmas food category? I'm excited about our Christmas dinner.
Me too.
I think it'll be a nice, well-balanced, beautiful meal.
Go ahead.
I was just letting you do your bodily function. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be nice. It'll be very quiet because we're being safe.
Yeah.
Sickness.
For the sickness.
For the sickness, we are staying home. Mm-hmm. Like many people should be, apparently.
But we're not going to preach.
Not going to preach.
Right? Or are we? No.
No, not going to preach.
All right. So everyone stay safe.
Everyone.
Yeah. Enjoy your din-dins and your sweets.
Yeah. Happy Christmas. Be safe.
Happy all the holidays because we aren't exclusionary.
Don't cough in each other's mouths.
Or on each other's food.
Yeah.
Take it from us because we know.
What do we know?
Don't do that.
We know don't do that. Exactly.
Whatever.
Happy holidays.
All right. Yes. Same. Bye.
Bye.